You mentioned one time about the Native Americans being on reservations, but Native Americans not necessarily.
No, they were here. They was never on any reservations. Who was on the reservations were those who were mixed with the conquistadors, because the natives were just plain native people, indigenous to the earth itself.
Yeah.
And people didn't come from Africa. The whole planet, you could walk across it before the water started separating it, before you started using ships. Africa, the continent, is almost 9,000 miles away, and you have to stop through 4,000 ports to get fresh water and food. So it would be impossible to bring millions of people to America. That would be insane, because you wouldn't be able to eat or drink any water yourself. You would die before you got here. Bringing stacking people on top of each other, that was all a lie, a myth.
Right.
Yeah, people were kidnapped from different parts of the ports, and everywhere that ships went, they kidnapped people. That's why in Roots, that's why
you said it wasn't millions of people that was taken like that?
No, that was a lie. It's a mythology, myth. Right now, it's a hard time to go to Africa. It's 8,000 miles away from here, and you have to stop off in 4,000 ports to get fresh water and food.
I'm sorry, but I'm African. I'm African though. So.
Well, then you know then what I'm talking about. Am I lying or not?
I'm just joking. But you know how people don't want to hear that. Though. They don't want to hear that.
Well, I don't care what they want to hear. They can Google it and see how far it is. Right. And that all landmass used to be together, where people walked on the landmass from different places. Before the earth had fissions and earthquakes and tsunamis and volcanoes and hurricanes, and it started splitting over the earth and separating the landmass where water came in. Africa is a white man's name, Africanus. It said he beat Hannibal. Even the Africans don't call themselves African. They say I'm Nigerian, I'm Somalian, I'm Egyptian. And even the white people born there, whether they're come from Dutch or they come from Syria or they come from Turk or Arab country, they don't call themselves that. The Jews that are born over there, they do not call themselves African. They call themselves where they were born at. If they were born in the South, they call themselves that. They call themselves the landmass.
Right. It's only us, right? Only us.
Well, black people in America want to be called Negro, niggas, color man, because that's what the new term, Afro-American. Because it went from all of these. First, it started out with nigger, then it went to color man and color person and Negro, and and Afro-American, and then it went to African-American. Jesse Jackson is the one that introduced the African. So anytime something sounded better than the other names, they took on those names. But if you look in Roots, Kuti Kente, he told him, he says he got kidnapped. And the first thing a kidnapper do is want to change your name, because he wants to change it to Toby, because he's going to put Toby in the labor book, the slave book, that you're a property of that plantation. But he can't put your name as Kuti Kente, because he kidnapped you. All kidnappers change your clothes and change your name and change who you are, because otherwise, if it was legitimate, they wouldn't have to change your name. You can use your name Kuti Kente if you're not kidnapped.
Right.
But Kuti Kente identifies who you are and where you come from. But if they change your name to Toby and Mammy and all these other names, they'll look into the book and see in the plantation that you're the property of that plantation. That's what Muhammad Ali said. My name is Muhammad Ali. It's not Cassius Clay, because Cassius Clay was a white slave owner. So to take his name is to say I'm the property of Cassius Clay, because you're taking on the name of the slave owner, and you're saying your property. That's why you look at Google some, and you'll see that Denzel Washington is an American actor. You'll see Halle Berry is an American actress. They're not calling themselves no African Americans. Only the ignorance is calling themselves African American. I'm not an African American. I told people. I take claim to my heritage is Native and Portuguese. I have Spanish and Indian blood. I'm not a Negro. I'm not a colored person. I'm not a nigger, a colored man, a Negro, or no Afro-American, or no I'm American. I was born here, and I told them, you call yourself whatever you want. You're not born in Africa, and they're going to show you, because they'll close down the border and your ass won't get in.
Right. Right. And they tried that. They got Liberia. They don't talk about Liberia.
Yeah, and I said, what are you going to call yourself then?
They call themselves Americans in Liberia.
That's right, because you cannot get in somebody else's continent. You won't get in because you were not born there. It doesn't matter if you take a hyphen or whatever you take. You're going to take a hike if they said you can't get in and you can't buy any land. Or they take back the land that they sold you.
Right.
You're at the mercy. You're born in America. You're in America. You're not at the mercy of anyone. You have rights. No one can shut you out of here on the border, because you are an American. That's the only thing you can lay claim to, is where you were born. I don't care who you are. Wake up and unplug out of the matrix. If you want to feel good calling yourself names, then call yourself a name. But you need to deal with the truth. What is funny? I mean, is the truth that funny?
Sometimes, like, honestly, like for me and for some of us here, like, it's refreshing to see, someone, of your stature that keeps it so real and that gives it, and that gives it to us unapologetically. It's really refreshing. It's hard to see, a lot of older people, they lost in the sauce, so to get this from you, it's like, I can say again, I know it's touching people at home, but I love to hear. I'm glad that you.
Well, a lot of people is upset about that, and I don't know why they're upset, because the reality is this: you go over there now, and they shut the border on you. Then you're gonna wake up and say, "Oh, damn! I'm from America. That's the only place I can keep. The border won't be shut. That's the only place I can buy some land.
Right.
They can sell you some land right now. A lot of people move over there. And the whites and the Jews in America want you to go as fast as you can go, so they can take this land. So they can take this land from you.
Tell them that they don't want to hear. They don't want to hear us say it. We tell them every day. That's just a land grab. They're trying to take the land.
Yeah, they want to take the most valuable land, because even when you go over to the continent, they move all those people off of the rubber plantations, the Kroger diamonds. You know what I'm talking about? And the most valuable lands. They put them on land so they can die. And they went over there first and gave them all those vaccines to kill them.
Right.
I even heard whites say, the whites, a number of them, they want to kill out the African people over there. They want to get them first. They want to kill them. They've said it. Now, let me tell you something. People of color know this truth. They all know the truth, whether they accept it, whether they're going to admit to it, whether they're going to lie or whatever. I don't care. They know the truth. If you deal in truth and you live in truth, you can unplug from the matrix. But if you're going to sit up there and take the blue pill and go to sleep and not deal with the truth and not look for the truth, then that's you. That's your free will. More power to you. You can take the red pill and see how deep the rabbit hole goes and try to dig up the truth and then free yourself from the matrix, unplug. Or you can just simply take the blue pill, go to sleep, and hey, whatever happens, happens. Or nothing may not happen at all.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Whatever. It's your free will, because I'm not taking anybody's free will. I'm not trying to tell them what to do. I'm not even preaching to them. I'm just simply stating some facts that they can go dig up and look at. Look at ignorance is just simply not a bad word. It has the word ignore in it, because you're ignoring stuff that you can go look for.
Right. Yeah.
Anybody can Google while I'm speaking and look at this stuff. But let me tell you something. The only time a white or a Jew or Arab, when they're born over in the continent Africa, the only time they will say they're African American is when they try to get that affirmative action money that no black person here in America can even get.
Right.
You call yourself an African American, but you can't even get the affirmative money. But somebody white born over there that has some ancestors here in America can get all of that affirmative action money. But just using the terminology. But they claim they have it for the African Americans, but they can't even get a dime. Yeah. And I'm telling the truth.
Yeah. It ain't for them. It's all like that's like a lot of us looking for reparations, but we can't prove that we slaves. How can you prove that you a slave? Like in slavery ain't even what we think it is. The white man is a liar. He'll say anything. He said that he went to the moon. He said he dropped a bomb on Hiroshima. I ain't seen one radiated Japanese baby yet.
I haven't seen any of them deformed. Right. I haven't even seen. Listen, but I've seen him get a lot of money. Right. They got a lot of money now. I've never seen. I've seen no flag for the moon. I don't know what technology they had in 1978 that they don't have in 2021.
They can't go back, right?
Yeah, that they can't go back, and nobody's been since. But I'm saying something. A lot of people is really fooled. They will believe they went to the moon. They believe that they went to Mars. They believe hell that they went to hell. They believe anything. But that's their right. They have free will. Let them believe whatever they want. Let them take them on a trip. It's a better trip than taking some acid that they give them. It's better than what I'm talking about. Some of the drugs they give them, meth, and some of the other stuff they give them, sherm, and and now they're killing them with fentanyl. Killing them with fentanyl now. Everybody with fentanyl they can get a chance to kill.
No doubt. Man. So what do you think about? Because I'm an Indian. We Indians, so we do partake of the tobacco, the natural.
Yeah, when you grow natural tobacco, it doesn't hurt you. Anything that comes from the dirt of the earth and it has a seed is created by God. And anything that is coming in seedless and soulless is created by man in the laboratory. And the chemicals were never meant to go in our bodies. Chemicals kill. That's why they put them in the barrels and they leak through the barrels and leak into the soil. And they put them in the ocean trying to get rid of them and bury them in mountains. Chemicals were never meant to. They harm the environment. They harm the earth. They harm the air. All these living entities, the earth, the air, the water, the fire, these are all living entities.
And that brings us back to the oneness. Like how you kind of teach about the appreciation of the connectivity of everything, like the matrix is one. Like I was talking to someone about it, my friend Shanti, she's on here, about the matrix is oneness, is being connected, and Neo is the one inside of the matrix to wake us up, to reconnect.
That's right. The journey of the one, Neoone, Neo, the one. It's all about polarity. Live going forward, evil, evil going backwards. Evil is nothing but flipping the energy backwards. Look at the battery. There's only one battery propelling the car. And when you're moving forward, it's positive. You see the positive charge. And then when you're going backwards, it's breaking your car down. It might be even burning up because the energy is flowing backwards. And that's what a lie is. When it's going forward, it's the truth. When it's going backwards, that's what the lie is. Everything that is energy going backwards, because energy flows from left to right, right to left. With the magnetism, magnets tell you the flow of energy. There is no duality, no duping, no deception, no duplicity, That's all by to a lie. There's no devil versus God because he was never an equal. He didn't create himself. He's subjected to the laws of God. The only thing is he knows the knowledge of God and he's indestructible. He can't die. And his greatest gift is to deception, to deceive the whole world, to lie to man. And every man that want to be lied to will believe whatever he tells them and tells them to do. That's right. You're going to be a rocket scientist to figure that out.
Right.
You just got to pick and choose what master you're going to serve. If you're going to serve the truth or you're going to serve the deception. Are you going to deal in truth or are you going to deal in lies? Are you going to move forward or are you going to go backwards?
Right.
Are you going to create or are you going to tear down and destroy? It's your choice. You have free will. I'm not taking your free will. I'm not trying to take it. I'm not even trying to convince you. Don't believe me. Don't believe nothing I say. Use your free will and find out the truth on your own. That way nobody can lie to you ever again.